Israeli government freezes Palestinian funds after UN application. Arab member of Knesset flies a Palestinian flag over the Temple Mount. Egyptian troops kill a young Palestinian infiltrating from Gaza. And George Clooney's wife threatened with arrest by Egypt. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. Today is Sunday, January 4th, and here are your top stories. Israeli officials said over the weekend that Israel will withhold critical tax revenue and seek ways to bring war crimes prosecutions against Palestinian leaders in retaliation for Palestinian moves to join the International Criminal Court. On Friday, the Palestinians delivered documents to UN headquarters in New York on joining the Rome Statute of the ICC in The Hague and other global treaties with the aim of prosecuting Israelis for what they consider war crimes committed on their territory. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu decided in consultation with senior ministers on Thursday to withhold the next monthly transfer of tax revenue totaling some 500 million shekels.
Both sides should respect previous commitments. And once the Palestinians are violating all the basic commitments of the Oslo Accords, and they are taking unilateral steps, Israel will react. And by the way, it's exactly like the world is freezing Iranian money in order to pressure Iran to fulfill its international obligations.
United Arab List Tal head MK Ahmed Tibi headed a procession to the al-Aksa Mosque on the Temple Mount on Saturday and raised the Palestinian flag. During the procession, amid snapping photos with supporters, Tibi said that Jerusalem is Arab and the capital of Palestine, and al-Aksa Mosque is a place of Muslim prayer. The procession was meant to celebrate the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad. Tibi also criticized the U.S. administration for rejecting the UN Security Council resolution calling for a Palestinian state, saying it takes a, quote, double standard that continues the hostile policy to the rights of the Palestinian people. Egyptian border troops shot dead a Palestinian youth as he tried to cross in illegally from the Gaza Strip over the weekend. Palestinian medical officials and residents in southern Gaza said the dead youth was shot by Egyptian border troops as he tried to slip across the border with 3 other young Palestinians. An Egyptian army spokesman did not immediately return calls for comment, but Sinai police sources confirmed that Egyptian troops opened fire on a group of youths who were trying to cross the border. 3 were arrested inside Egypt, and the 4th, who was shot, remained on the Palestinian side. The 3 youths taken into Egyptian custody reportedly said they came for cigarettes to sell back in Gaza. Egyptian authorities have threatened prominent human rights lawyer Amal Clooney with arrest for exposing flaws in the criminal justice system following the detention and imprisonment of 3 Al Jazeera journalists. Clooney, the British attorney of Lebanese extraction, represents one of the 3 Al Jazeera journalists currently jailed in Egypt. Clooney told The Guardian that she had written a report commissioned by the International Bar Association, which recommended that the Egyptian government undertake reforms to make the judiciary more independent. The report cited the undue influence that Egyptian politicians have over the court system and state prosecutors, which Clooney says contributed to the trial and imprisonment of the 3 journalists.
I can't even imagine that he will stay for a year in prison. His lawyer Amal Clooney just applied to the Egyptian presidency and the Egyptian prosecutor for Muhammad to be deported to Canada and be treated as a Canadian citizen, and to continue the trial there.
And that's all for today. Don't forget to go to Jpost.com and check out our Facebook page for more on these developing stories. Until tomorrow, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studio.